Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Midway through the week. Hope things are going well for you. I'm honestly not entirely sure what we're making today. I kind of have been doing other things and I haven't given it a lot of thought. So here I am this morning and I'm not sure. But I think we're going to continue working on the Terran robot force we started on yesterday. Um, and we'll see where it goes. And I was thinking probably need to work on their base. And I think that the center point of their base is probably going to be their ship. So maybe we're going to start with a spaceship, which is always my fun place anyway. So yeah. Um, do we want to do random starship? I guess so. Um, and angular. Get rid of the winged one, I guess. I don't know. All right, so let's see what we got. We're just gonna start making something cool here. Spaceship. Yeah, that's right. Base scale. We're gonna start with a wider ship, I think. Ooh, looks like a giant flying squirrel now. Um, and maybe a little bit taller too. Make that like 3. I want to feel a little chunky. And wish there's a way to pin this. I don't think you can though. Hull sections. Okay, add more. And settings. I just want to set it to where was it? Did you move it? It used to be here. Where was it? Maybe can you not do it anymore? There used to be a way to change the center from center front back. No? Weird. Okay. I did upgrade to the version. Seems like I want to try and center it around the origin, but I don't know how to do that anymore. Origin mode. There it is. Static. So now as we increase this, it makes it longer. That is kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Kind of just digging on that as a ship. Random Starship's another Blender Guppy add-on. Yeah, same as Random Flow. It basically just takes his random flow elements and applies it to other things. And it's pretty cool. Whole seed. Oh, I liked 1. But let's just 5's cool too. 5's it's a little too pointy though. I want it to be, and of course I can either widen it more here, like that, or I could decrease the number of sections. But if I do that, we lose other things as well. Well, let's take it to like that. Oh, I like it a lot. Yeah, I use it for buildings a lot too, actually. If you're gonna make some sci-fi shape that's kind of vaguely phallic, it's fun. And front back. Let's see. Front. Can I switch it? Let's see, which way does it go? I think that way. Expand the front. Like 3, 4, sure. Front X. It gives us that hammerhead look that which we kind of seem to like using. And I'll, keep up with it. Then we can increase the height on it that way. That's kind of neat. Again, then we can taper it and bring it in. And we could taper the X as well. see. I just want to look at it. It's hard to like see where I'm doing taper. That stretches it out. Yeah, no, we want to taper it in. Not quite that much. Maybe like that. Sure. And then if we do this, that just makes it bigger. But yeah, I'm liking that. Get that ball thing going on. And we can increase that even further with the scale if we wanted to. Or we could take it in. Let's leave it like roughly close to that. And then Y can pull it back. Ooh, yeah. Going kind of for like an arc. Was it the arc from? Ooh, but that's a problem though. I don't want to do that. Maybe we won't do that because I don't want that whole scale Y of 1. There we go. Let's see if we can't expand it. That's how we do that. There we go. I mean, kind of neat looking. And then we can extend the back if we want to. And blow it up or take it in, but maybe slightly up, slightly out, and slightly longer. No. Now we'll keep that to like that. Nah, I don't like it like that. Back scale 1, 1, and 1. Yeah. Okay. That's certainly a good place to start, I think. I'm imagining this is the back and that's the front. We're going to put some engines and shit in here if we don't bury it. And I'm kind of contemplating burying the whole thing. Item scale. Okay, so it's what, 20 meters almost long. I want it long, way longer than that, obviously. Let's go with a scale of like 15, maybe even more than that. Let's go to 20. Yeah, so it's a longer ship. And as a robot ship, it doesn't need crew compartments, so we can say that it's going to be a little bit more efficient. We don't love, so we're not going to need the standard pressurized stuff. So maybe a third of a kilometer is a good size rotation scale. Now let's save. Where are we? Here we go. Up, new, 231129-1 live stream. Terran bot ship base. That's a long name. 231129-1. Okay. And we're gonna just go here and increase our view to 10 kilometers. Now I don't have to worry about that. We get some distance from it. Okay. I don't know how much of this we're going to bury. Some of it we're going to bury for sure. It's going to be in the ground. It's been on this planet for 1,000 years. So it's I wonder, do we want to even just, that could be fun. This is a hyperbole thing. from Ian. It's got the guy on it though. Kind of want the guy gone if I can. Let's go look and see if we can. We gotta realize it. Is it? Control E? No. Forget how to make it real. Morning, Brian. Apply object. Make instances real. There it is. Cool. And now we can delete him. That. Not the ship. Where's our ship? Hide that. Delete. I don't really need a rig. Gonna get rid of the rig. And okay. And the handlebars. Although I don't think we're going to look at it carefully enough that we're going to see, but there we go. Cool. The rest of that stuff should be fine. A, Control J. What is that? Oh, something that wasn't mirrored. Something was mirrored. Q. Add modifier. Apply modifiers. Like I said, I'm just trying to kind of spark my imagination because I've been a little bit like in the today. And sometimes just using something a little different, like this hyperbole thing. Come on. No, still going. Still going. It's not that many parts, dude. Come on. Okay, there we go. Control J. And then we have a lot of Bezier curves. We're just gonna get object, convert to mesh, and A, and join. Okay, cool. I don't know what that is. We're gonna get rid of it. Now let's find our ship again. I'll get rid of these empties because we don't need them. They're just in my way. Cool. Ship. Right. Alt G, GY, scale it up. We're like throwing most of it away anyway, right? But I just think it's kind of cool. GY, maybe we don't throw it away. We could do that. Into that. Cool. Let's save. Now, let's see. Do I have a sheath we can use? I think we might. Big, medium, small. Model shop greebles. Kit objects. Trim sheet. Sheaths. Let's try this one. S20, maybe too much. Alt R, RY90, sure. GX. Let's go a little bit more actually, or we shrink this down a little bit, which I think we're going to do. Shrink that in. Cool. and 7GX, and then we mirror it along this, and GX, get it roughly circular. 1GZ, bring it down slightly. So we're trying to kind of line it up basically. Okay, cool. So now we can, if we did come behind this thing, which I don't think we ever will, but why not? It's a really long engine though. Let's just see. I'm going to join it with that. Now I'm going to apply modifier, and now I'm going to join it with that. And then SY. Oh yeah, that's cooler. We don't have to make it as long. Much better. Cool. And then Alt D, scale it down, GX, GY, GZ, down like that, and Alt X, mirror. Okay, cool. We're getting something. We don't really need to go too hog wild at detailing this thing if we're going to use it as a base plate for our building, because, you know, again, we're going to probably bury 2/3 of it. Did it crash or did it land? That's our first question. I'm actually going to Q, apply these modifiers. It's its own thing. Apply. What are there, shape keys? There are no shape keys. Piss off. Delete all shape keys. There shouldn't be shape keys. There we go. Join them together. One ship. Save it. Just so I can rotate it now. And this is big. Like, this is 1/3 of a kilometer long. So we just have to kind of keep track of that. Mesh plane and S500. That's a kilometer square. We just, again, got to pay attention for, this would be easy to blow our scene up pretty easily. Subdivide into 20. Sure. And then kind of want it up against a cliff of some kind. And I'm not sure which way our ship is going to rotate yet. I'm just kind of looking at it. B. We're going to grab that and G up like that. Okay. And I'm not super worried about staying. Well, or they've repaired. Like, they could, they're not crashed. There are still, there's a spectrum of crashed too. How active they are is also, you know. Good morning. Maybe. You know, Again, going with the holy, transformers. The arc crashed. It's still functional. Like once it wakes up. Hey, Anmi. Good to see everybody here today. Um, yeah, basically, kind of. And my thought was sort of they showed up near the end of the war. Something happened. They crashed. They're functional, but only just, and they've kind of been pretty dormant for 1,000 years. And they just woke up, and now they're starting to build that base. So again, very much a kind of, as I said, an arc from Transformers kind of vibe. Like they crashed, they're here, and now they're dealing. I mean, I like that shape. I really want to run a river down the middle of that. It's just going to be long. I'm certainly not going to do it. I don't think I dare do an actual river sim, but I really kind of want to run something like right down here. Um, yeah, E down like that. I want to push cell fluids to its limit. I mean, we could try. No, I want. I mean, I've wanted this to have water before the new toy too. Although, I mean, like I love the new toy for sure, um, but again, this is a kilometer. This is not small. So we're gonna get at least a bed. Whether it crashes the whole thing and it dries out is another thing entirely. I try to never let the technology limit what I try, just sometimes what I do. Um, kind of a deep cut. Okay. Control save. Yeah, I look forward to watching the madness, whatever happens. Yeah. Um, okay. Well, let's make a train first. Append it. Auto terrain generator. Rocky desert. Node tree. Terrain. Add modifier. Geometry nodes. Yeah, clearly we're hoping for that. Terrain. And our scale is completely off because it's not really meant to make something this big, but we can fix that. Geometry nodes. And we're going to set our scale to 0.05. Strength 10. Do we even have a cliff? I think we do here, right? This one's strength 10. And scale to 0.01. There we go. Nice. Kind of brings it back to our usual rough level of layout. I'm good with that. Okay, and save. So shit. Okay, we're saved. We're going to take both of these objects and move them to a new collection called ground. If this fails, there's other ways to do it, obviously, but blind, not fluids, geoscatter, box cutter. Cell fluids. There we are. And new fluid. And size 10 meters. What's 1,000 meters, right? Let's see. I actually think I know what I'm going to do because I think this is going to kill it. Yeah. All right. Well, it made it, but I think it's going to make everything just brutally whatever. So AS 0.1. We're not really worried about realism anyway. Don't do them meter things. I probably should have done this before I reset. Come on. Okay. You done? Did you do it? No. All right. I'm just going to kill it, I think, and bring it back in again. Before the water. Just nuke the water, which is better. Well. There we go. Okay. But it moved everything fine. Open recent. I'm just going to do it again. Don't save. We'll do it with our new. We'll just do it again. Come on. There we go. All right. So now those two around our 3D cursor, S.1, Control A, rotation scale. So now they are much small. Oh, God damn it. What are you doing? This is all one object, isn't it? Yeah. Scale. S.1. This. S.1. That worked. Weird. All right, whatever. Whoa. I haven't applied the I have not applied the land yet, right? Right. It's like, wow. Okay. Now. No. This one's still. Is there modifiers on this one too? There's a mirror modifier on that. There's no shape keys. There must. Oh, Ian had shape keys when I joined them and add them in. That's what it was. You can change your setting in Blender to feet if you want to. And it actually controls either one of them just fine. So if I do like a Shift A, mesh, cube, and set to 2 meters, if I set it to 10 feet, it knows how big that is, and it sets to 3. So it works either way. You can create things. So now how big is this? Quite small, 10 meters. Did I go 0.01? S10. Okay, so now may even go. I want it to be a little bit bigger than that. That's 100 meters. Okay, we're good. Okay, now here we go. So we have now shrunk everything down to 1/10 the size. Cell fluids. We can handle 100 meter, I believe, size. I'm willing to accept 100 meters as possible. It doesn't even need to be that wide. It only needs to be about 15 wide. Yeah, 25. Wide needs to be 100. And Z needs to be 50. Z doesn't really affect us, so great. GZ. Cool, that should be enough. Now, we know the drill, right? We're just gonna come down here, Shift A, create a mesh cube, SX, Control A, rotation scale, and move it to new collection outflow. And then up here, I don't want it to be a raging river, so I want to adjust the size a little bit. Mesh cube there, scale it down, mostly on the Z. Down, across, and just scale it in a little bit over to here. Okay, Control A, rotation scale, M, new collection inflow. This is in, and these need to be in ground. Okay, now we should be able to assign it to these things. There is no initial. Inflow is inflow. Outflow is outflow. Ground is ground. And rewind and play. I don't think 250 is going to be enough. No, it's not. And 1,000. And I think I do want a little bit more water too. We can start just to help us out. We'll do an initial too. Day mesh cube SX Y. Sure. M initial. Here. Initial. Rewind and play. It's too much water, but it's going to go away. It's going to go over our ship, which we wanted it to do. And then run along our river, which was the whole point to this sucker. I want to keep going. Doesn't want to fill that area in, which is fine. That looks kind of cool. We like that. Let's save. See what it looks like here. I mean, I knew my ship was just awful for that. I'm not worried about the... Cool. I mean, our river is just way too rough right now, but if it's going to be large, but I think this will work. I have hopes. I don't know what it's going to do to our texture, but again, we'll try. Let us apply our texture. Water. Cool. And then let's select I can actually delete the inflow. Well, I don't want to delete it yet. Just outflow. Shift S1. There we go. AS10. Control A, rotation scale. And we should now be back to our kilometer sized, I believe. Yep, we are over a kilometer again. That's just ugly as fuck. I can't handle that. I gotta give it a real material. It's just bugging me otherwise. Tab. All right. What materials do we have? Select. Yes. Come on. Good. You. Cube projection. No. You. Smart projection. Oh, it's just ugly because I got it rotated too. Great. Not doing that one. F4. I can append here. Great. Fine. Okay, we're fixing it later. Never mind. I know what I'm going to do, but okay, so we got water. Woohoo! Right? And it's just a mesh. So like the couple places that I don't want it, like up here, you can come here and edit it. Make sure proportional is turned on. And just nuke it. Just some leftover spots where it's stuck before. But we don't want them there. So let's just get rid of it. That's looking pretty good. I'm okay with it being over the edge there a little bit. Save. Okay. So we now have that. We might even up-res it later, but I think let's try to avoid that for right now. New collection of water, because we know we're going to want to use it for a geoscatter. And cool. Okay, maybe it is time I deal with this. F4, append. I'm going to grab the same color that we used last time, which is industrial robot. Yep. Material. And what did I call it? Is it just grunge metal? It's an altered grunge metal. That's why I want it. Let's grab grunge metal and grunge metal darker. And here, let's make that grunge metal. Save. We're good. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, not super crazy about it yet, but this we can adjust the scale. At least it's not like all fucking weird anymore. Okay. How do we want to build out from here, though? That's our next step. Maybe before we do any kind of geoscatter. Definitely before we do any kind of geoscatter. And I think we're going to jump back to auto building because, it's just good for this kind of thing. And let's grab, are they different? There's a couple I want to look at. Yeah, that one. Yes, grunge metal darker. Scandinavian. Ooh, that's kind of ugly looking. What are our parts here? Those are cool looking. Okay. Good deal. So let's come to here. Shift A, mesh, cube. There. Thank you. And our scale's gonna be a bit bigger here than human. So I'm gonna say instead of like a human story is between 3 and 4 meters tall usually. I'm gonna say 5 on this one. So this cube is gonna be 5 meters. That's our sort of default building block cubes that we're gonna use. Because then we can edit, tab E5. There we go. And then, come on, E5. Okay, there we go. And then Shift G, coplanar, E5. Okay, so there's a building and it's just ugly, but it's fine. We could make it a little bit bigger even, but I'm not sure. These might be too small. We might actually need to cut into them a little bit. Maybe let's do this too. How many is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 9. Let's make it an even 10. There we go. And this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And let's go one more up on it. There we go. A, Q, clean mesh. Because now I can come here, tab, no, here, tab, 2. So now it's effectively two 25-meter squares. But if I need to cut it in, I can. Now let's see what happens if we join it to that. Then we edit. You know the deal. Do this before. LP section. And where'd it go? That one. There we go. And we're going to make it tab A, empty wall B, assign as our base. Now let's just look at it and see what we got. And not liking it yet, but let's see what we can do to it. Auto building. Walls. What are my options here? Trench vertical, trench horizontal, grids, and panels. Huh? Okay. It's interesting. And turn it on. Tab. Maybe I won't do this one. Maybe I'll see without it. Yeah. We can jump back and forth. So we make these wall D or wall A. Let's go wall A. See what that looks like. And these will make vertical panels D, because that just sounds cool. We're going to avoid windows. These we're going to make, we're in the older version still. I haven't upgraded it yet. Let's see. Well, let me do it. Reassign. Cool, it did. There we go. And we don't want auto flat roof. Tab. And well, F maybe could be cool. Let's see. Let's see if it's gonna what it'll do. Yeah, it's not bad. Maybe not. Let's try it. Let's go to well E instead. See what that gives us. Verticals. Ooh, details is neat, but it's not deforming. So let's make it deform. Yeah, there we go. Control save. Now I haven't used grid. What is grid? Wall grid. Grid. That's grid. It's neat looking. Gonna use it. Cool. Okay. And back to this boy. Solo him again. Tab. Now this one, where do we want to do this? Should be okay. R, enter, and let's just select the whole thing and assign it to is it empty wall A. It doesn't matter, they're the same. Assign. Then and that. I want to get rid of this and this. Edges. Yes. One. Cool. Still there. Good, good, good. Come on. 3. And 2. There we go. And let's make that grid, which was G. Assign. Tab. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it burped. Why did it barf? We got something. Oh, because of that. There we go. Now it should be okay. Yep. Cool. And that gives us our door, or something resembling a door, I think. Cool. Tab. And 3. E down a little bit. And select all these and make them empty wall A. Assign. And this 7E. Now we're going to see our base because we're going to see what we're doing. Cool. Have I saved recently? Yes, I have, but I'll do it again. I certainly will not argue that one. Okay, that's good enough for this though. And then E down. Save. Let's see. Oh, that needs to be fixed. That's the wrong piece, but looks cool. Yeah, it's definitely giving me something I want. And maybe even I'll leave it just because it's kind of neat. Let's see, we come here to edit this. Bring that down. there. Okay. It's just not super exciting yet. Which, it may not end up being super exciting, but we do want something cinematic. If we're going to make it, we might as well try to make it look cool. So let's go look. Subdivide. Oh, that's going to screw that up, isn't it? Now subdivide. There we go. That should keep the other faces safe. And 2. Cool. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is because you are so correct. That is so hard to argue with. Okay. Cables will definitely bring the whole thing together, as we know. And wall. I think undo these. Wall trench vertical, maybe D. Let's see. Cool. Still seems small, which I mean it will, but I fear the scale is making it strange, and the scale needs to be this. So it's one of those story over cool kind of vibes. We're gonna see. So let's say, sure, E up a bit. Then I'm just gonna get rid of these faces. X faces. Cool. And 2. Bridge edge loops. Okay. Always kind of fun. Let's see, if we were to take that and that, select them both, do that to them. Got a weird London Bridge kind of vibe. I don't know what it's gonna do when I put the materials on it. Let's see. It doesn't even know yet. It's thinking. That's kind of neat. This is auto building. It was made by Julien Gauthier from ILM, I think, but you can get it on Blender Market. Super handy. It's a really cool add-on. I like it a lot. Big, medium, small. Let's do some kit bashing. So things we need. We know we need a big gun because something blew up our dudes. And that's going to be a definite thing we'll need to add. I like that there. Maybe not there, but I like having it individual origin. There. Okay. Save it. And if we want to do that, we probably want a separate building for the big gun. Because Yeah, it would make sense because I say so. Where would we put it? They might want it up on the ridge because that would give them more area on it. So if we put a big one up here, Shift A, mesh, I'm going to add a cylinder this time with 8 sides, a depth again of 25 meters, and a radius of 25 meters, maybe even a bit more, radius of 40. Yeah, okay. To there. And then I'll just edit it right now, and then we'll come back and tweak it in later. 3, inset, E5, inset, E5. Cool, something like that. And then take it, and we'll join it to this. It's part of that construction. Then we'll edit it, and L, and make it all empty wall A. Well, actually, we'll make it all wall A, just a default, except for this, which we're going to make empty wall A. Come back out. Watch it think. Come on. There we go. Okay, cool. Yep, all right. Are there any creases in this set? Sci-fi panel, what does it do? I don't know. Let's see. Let's solo this sucker now. We got it. Tab and 2, Shift G, direction. Yep. And will it let me add a crease here? Horizontal, sci-fi ledge. Okay. Crease 0.22. Is it letting me add them? No, it's not. It's another one of the ones that doesn't want to do it for whatever reason, or it's Blender 4.0. Item, crease, 0.22. Okay. And 3. Let's select all these faces and make them G. Or vertical. Which one? On a building. What was it called? Trench vertical? Or trench, we can go trench horizontal, but let's do trench vertical, wall D. And tab. Let's see what those ledges look like. Come on, don't lag so much. Oh yeah, those are cool. Kind of subtle, but I like them. Leave them on there. And I like those wall panels a lot for this one. So that's cool. And now we're going to go make a big buck off gun or use one. Let's see. I'm just going to grab one from big beam small, I think, for right now. Put it up there. Scale it up a lot. That is a big gun. Save. And we want there to be a big gun. And we could point it any which way we want to, but we'll leave it that way for right now. That looks cool. Now, let's do some fun. Something kind of cool. Well, I mean, I think it's cool anyway. Let's grab from here. No. Well, maybe. Sure. 7. Let's make sure I'm on the right line. Yes, I am. Okay. Got that. Let's Shift D, P section. Come out, edit it. Q, add modifier, solidify it up like that. Cool. And Q, and apply the solidify on it. And edit it again. And Alt E along normals. Out a little bit too. Cool. And then let's see what happens if we smooth it. Factor of 0.5 sounds good. Or factor of 1. And repeat 10. No, that's going to get it too smooth for me. Yeah. Maybe not. Let's see what happens if we take this one. Come on. That to that. SX0. Cool. That's what we want to do. This to this. There we go. I've got a little bit of bouncy, but that's okay. And save. And take this and add it to here. Cool. And then edit. L. We're going to make it empty wall A, the sign. Now, let's take these and make them grids. So G, assign. And I don't know about these. Let's see if we make it A. See what it looks like. Control save. Tab. Do, 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 do. Yeah, cool. Some weird paneling coming out of it, but that's cool. I like it. Goes up to our ship. in and out like that. I like it. Oh, I like it. Okay. Might be time to start thinking about materializing a little bit. Like a lot of this over here is kind of boring, but this is our focal area. Maybe with some trees and shit, it'll feel a little less boring too. I hope. Save. Let's look at our ship by itself first. And shading. Solo it. Okay. Mhm. There's our ambient occlusion. Only local. Well, actually, it's for dirt, so maybe not. Distance of 5. Let's see. What does that give us? Where's it going? Into there. Okay. And it's multiplying it. Yep. 10, 25. This thing is just huge. Is a problem. 50. All right. Day, search, ramp. Let's see if we can punch it a bit more. Not there. Not there. Ramp. Yes to that one. And bring up our darks. Just a bit. Cool. And our edge mask. Radius of 25. Yeah, it's better. Scratches. Scale of 0.1. Cavity mass scale of 0.01. Even less, 0.001. Starting to get some roughage on that. Strength on our edge mask. Give it more. Better. Still not 100% sold on it, but better. Scratches. Yeah, make that back up a bit. It was too much. This is our general dirt. Let's look at it. See what we got. Quick dirt. Outer scale. That. Outer detail. Inner scale. Okay. That looks better. It's got a little bit of a weird, which we can fix with offsetting it. There we go. That's a little bit better. Cool. Those are very obviously different in scale right now, and we need to fix that. And it's, wow, there's a lot of materials here. Metal shiny chrome. Let's go like that to grunge metal as well. And that's better, I think. Yeah, and maybe we'll take our edge mask back a little bit. Yeah, that seems like better. Let's see. Cool. And I'm not feeling this material too much. the um, it's just a little too dark. Shift A, search, search, Shift A, mesh, plane, or cube. The material is going to be, what is this one called? Sci-fi panels. Did I make my own sci-fi panels? Did I use that one? I think I might have. Let's see. Yes, I did, and I think mine will work better. So let's try that. Over here. Dot. Okay. Sci-fi panel to my sci-fi panel. It's going to make a difference. I'm certainly thinking about it. Actually, maybe a better thing to do is shading my sci-fi panel. Control C. Sci-fi panel. The original. Excuse me. Delete, Control V, paste. There we go. Yeah, that's better. That's definitely better. I wonder if we like it better on here too. Let's see. Let me try this to sci-fi panel. It gets a little bit wonky because of the rotation, which unfortunately is going to be a pain to fix. Do I like it? Kinda, but kinda not. Let's see. Select. U, cube projection. There we go. A, R. Let's see if that does it. Fast and loose. I should have UV'd it before I rotated it into position, but because I didn't, now when I try to do that, it makes everything all skewed looking, which is annoying, but you know. 8. That's certainly better. I think we might like that better in general. Get rid of this. I feel like it's too clean is my one annoyance with it right now. Well, it doesn't exactly line up, but maybe we can go line it up a bit more. Yeah, let's solo this. Come on. I don't know. I'm not in love with this scene yet, but there's some things I like about it. So I'm kind of in that like, is it working? I don't know. It could be in that growth stage that happens in between when something is good and when it's not. Um, you don't want to give up too soon, but I'm not super feeling it. Although I do like the waterfall. We won't throw it away, but we might do it again and try to make a different version of it. Come on. It's just so right. Come on. Like, I don't have that much going on in Blender. Come on. What are you doing here? Mm, yeah, I know. No, I appreciate I wanted a line too. Um, it's annoying. Um, I feel like that's better. It's just so bloody slow. And I have applied the rotation already, so there's no way not to on this thing. It's just, fuck. Come on. It might. There's lots of things that might do it. I don't really need suggestions. Not that I mind them. I get what's going on. I'm just not in love with it yet. Um, no, other direction. Um, Z6. It just does not want to rotate. Does not want to do anything. I'm just annoyed now. All right, fuck you, Blender. I don't know what the hell's going on. You should not be freaking out like this. It's not that big. Go away. It's just not that big. Mossy growth internet will not work as the scale of this thing is just way too big. Like it's honestly a tree is going to look like a blade of grass pretty much. So, um, what the ever loving deep breath. Okay. It has been my observation too that Blender gets a little bit weird with like really physically large scenes, even if the polys aren't different, which is strange to me. It shouldn't, um, but it seems to be true. Okay, so we're back pre when I made it brighter. We lost that. Let's see, cover autosave just to see. Yep, that happens. That's very much the case. Sometimes it works, sometimes This is one of those things that it's like, this is a cool idea, which makes it doubly frustrating because you're like, this is a cool idea. That doesn't mean it's going to work. I'm going to try something. Copy object, file. I'm going to create a new Blender real quick. We're just going to try it. I just want to dump it over here. V, paste, yes. S.1, Control A, rotation scale, dot. Come over here, look at it. Now let's see if it'll let me tweak to it. UV editing. There's our starship. Select. Okay. Yeah, they're all so wonked. Let's see. I've actually never tried this. Let's try normal. Okay. U cube projection. U. I wanted to project along the normal, but let's see. That seems better. Other direction. That definitely feels better, right? Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Control A or S10. Control A rotation scale. Grab it. Copy objects. Come back over here. Delete it. Paste it. Yep. Save. I think that's gonna be better. We don't need this building, so just gonna get rid of it. Okay, that is better. I don't hate it down here. So maybe that's the key, is we need to look at it like lower. Maybe we don't need quite so much space. Save. Now I want what? 7. Tab. This is gonna be, I don't know, annoying, but see. Let's see. All of this. To like there, and then there, and there. Okay. Call that clearing. Okay. Now, geoscatter. Select it. That. Biome scatter. Open the biomes. We want something that's a little bit less intense this time, and the PERS trees have a good tree one for that. So let's bring it in. And we got trees everywhere. But we're going to vertex group, remove them from clearing. Right. And then Boolean, gonna remove them from water. And then upward obstruction, also remove them from water. And it does give us some trees along the water still, which are kind of silly. So let's get rid of those. Tab, clearing, plus, 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 assign. There we go. Tab. Do I want to do it that way? Let's try it the other way. Since it's only one thing. Pine patch. Is this in ground? Let's see. Okay, first off, pine patch proximity, object repel from the water. And we want to repel a minimum distance of 200. With a transition of 50. So 150. And yeah, I still like the transition distance of 50. That's okay, but that gives us a little bit less straight of a line. Then let's move this, new collection, base. And now let's do the same thing with repel from base. And it's going to take it a little longer because base is a lot more complicated. This will slow it the fuck down a lot to the point we may not want to do it this way. But I want to at least try it and see. Minimum distance from the base of 100. Cool. Yeah, that works. That pushes it out there too. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do it that way. Save. Okay. Now, here's where we're going to start adding some chunk. But it's going to look cool if it works. So, biome 12. We're going to add it. This also doesn't have to work the first time. Like I can come back and do it again, which is important to remember because you're like, oh, I got to get it right. The point to concept art is not always to get it right. It's to move the path along. So if you find out what didn't get it right, that's okay too. Okay, so biome 12, we only want it in the clearing this time. And this time we will use clearing and swap it. But we still want it away from the water. And we still want it upward obstructed to the water. And we want a lot less dead trees. I think we can get rid of those pretty much entirely. Yes. Just get rid of that one. And What is branches large? It's going to be big. Or I know it's going to be big. Mm, Save. We're going to look and see if we can see what it is. So we'll turn off all the other ones. Try to turn on branches large. How long have I been doing 3D? Off and on. Oh, it's not too bad. Professionally, about 6 years. I started in on Blender in 2019. Yeah, like early 2019. It's like 4.5 years on Blender. Um, I've been playing with it since like 2006. But um, like using it for this stuff, I sort of before I was using Blender, I was doing most of my modeling in actually VR using Oculus Medium, and then I was render with Octane. So I just bring the models in and kind of go with it, and they were huge because Medium is a voxel sculpting tool. So it was like 18 million poly objects, kind of common. And then in early May of 2019, I decided I had to actually like learn how to model for real. And then I started working on Snowpiercer using it in August after that. So, all right, now that's okay. We like this. That's fine. They're not too big. I don't know that we need all these tiny ones, but they're not hurting me right now. Let's turn back on that one. Okay. And we're at time. So let's just see if we can find a render I don't hate. um, Something to show the space, to give us something we can react to decide if we want to use it or not. And I feel like something like that. And this is so huge. Photographer. Camera. The Arri Alexa. The lens with an anamorphic 50, which we'll probably push. And the camera depth, we need to be more. We know we can't be more than 1 kilometer, and we're not the edge. So 1 kilometer for depth seems fine. And resolution, let's go again, widescreen IMAX, which is roughly that. And bring it over. And maybe I'll jump from 50 to 35. Bring it over more. Cool. And just to see what we've got, let's turn back on the small pines. Make sure we're not like inside something. Where'd they go? You're on, right? You're gonna turn everything on? Please don't turn everything on. I think I just turned everything on. Now let's go to think. Take care, Michael. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you again later, man. Always a pleasure. Yeah, it filled everything in. Kill that. It's not as easy as everybody struggles. And like, you know, the adage that 90% of everything is crap applies to the stuff that professionals make too. It's just often we can kind of work through it and change and fix it, but there's just times. And the fact that I approached this today with basically no idea what I was going to do before I started was not really the most auspicious of um, things. You're just taking forever, Blender. I think I'm going to try, as soon as it'll let me, turning off geoscatter and see if that'll work. Oh, it looks neat outside. It's still really foggy, but the sun's shining through. It's cool looking. It's been foggy here for like 4 days, like really foggy. Okay, you're thinking. That's weird. Yes, it's hidden. I know it's hidden. Where's my spaceship? Where's anything? Blender, 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 blender. All right. I don't know why you're being weird. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Um, no, it's been really neat. November is like the month we get fog here often. And it's cold too. It's right at freezing. Um, so for those of us in the civilized part of the world, it's like right at zero. Does my channel's which picture mean? I don't even know. Profile picture. Is that my old like me kind of looking kind of commie? I made that in art school. I don't know. Um, it's just a chaos symbol on a flag, but it's certainly very like Maoist in look. It was like my old logo icon. I don't know. Okay, so it's being weird. Let's just close it out, bring it back in again, and then we'll stop. Open. See if it'll. See whatever's causing it to be weird will unweird with a reload up of the file. We can hope. Okay, yes, we can see it again. Woohoo! Cool. Yes, those are turned off. Yes. Zero. We're good. Turn it back on and then we'll call it if it works. Cross your fingers, everybody. Yep. Cool. We got trees. We got stuff. I think we want our robot in the foreground for scale. It will help me figure it out too and maybe add some interest. So let's come here and Shift A or append F4 append. Clearing bot, industrial bot. Which bot do we want? Let's go to the land clearing mech. Object. Part D. Cool. There we go. I'm going to turn off geoscatter again. Object, set origin, 3D cursor. Object, set origin, geometry to origin. Yep, there he is. Cool. GZ. Kind of bring him up and let's rotate him around. Come on. There he is. And, I mean, it doesn't really need to fit probably, but just because I'm anal about the stuff. There we go. And Yeah, come on. That seems good enough. Well, no, that's not good enough. Ooh, that's ugly. That seems good enough. Okay, so there's our thingy in the foreground for scale. And if we really wanted to be good, we should put one in the background too. So we can kind of show the distance, because two objects together does do a great job for that. So let's grab him. Put him over here so we can see him still. Um, cool. I like him here. I think he's good. Let's rotate him around so he's not quite in the same place. And yes, now we see scale much better. And yeah, I think we're pretty good. I got to find camera angles, but I'm going to do that afterward today because we're already gone pretty far over. How does it take me to finish one project on average? I don't know. What do you call a project? You mean like one scene? The scenes that I've been posting every day, I do pretty much every morning. So like I do it an hour and a half on the stream and then, yeah, maybe another hour and a half to get it all rendered out. So like a morning. Complex scenes can take a long time. Particularly if you have a director who's pretty picky or a production designer, it can take a while. And then there's approval. Like that's, another entirely different thing. So the answer is it varies. um, there's no good answer to that question. Um, until it's done is the answer. But in general, about a day is most of mine that I do because I'm working for myself right now, so I don't have to worry about somebody else's approval. Cool. Just look at our colors. Take care on me. Have a good one, and I'm gonna call it on anyway. We're in a good place. I think we're pretty much done, and we're like 12 minutes over what I normally would do anyway. Um, yeah, there it is. Yeah, it seems coming up okay. Let's turn on geoscatter. I need to give it a sky still, but I can do that on my own afterward. There's not a big deal with that. There's nothing complicated there. Okay, folks, have a good one. I'll be back again tomorrow.